Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the last video, and in today's video I'll be doing this makeup look right here. If you'd like to see how I got it, then please keep on watching. Just gonna clip my hair back. I've already put moisturizer on my face. I'm just putting some eye cream on. This is the Kiehl's Powerful Wrinkle Reducing Eye Cream. I'm going to take the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer in the shade Honey and put that on my eyelids and blend it out. I'm just blending it out using the Sigma 3D HD Precision brush. Once that's nicely blended, I'm going to use the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy Eyeshadow Palette. These are the shades that are in this palette. I'm going to use the Gingerbread Glam shade in my crease. Once the crease is defined, I'm going to use the Mcgrath eyeshadow palette. It's called the Mothership Subliminal Platinum Bronze Palette. From this, I'm going to use the brown shade, that one there. So just taking the 230 Zoeva Luxe pencil brush. Creating a V shape here to define the outer corner. And just blending it out so that there's no harsh edges, and then also taking it up into the crease. And as I'm doing that, I'm also dragging it out of the eye socket, making sure that there's no harsh lines as well, just to create a more lengthened eyelid. So I'm also placing some brown in the inner corner of the eye to create a halo effect in the center. I'm making sure that this side is fully blended. I don't want it to look too harsh in the inner corners. Once that's done, I've taken some Too Faced concealer on the back of my hand to take some concealer and put it in the center of the eyelid. I'm trying not to take too much on the brush because I don't want it to get messy. Now that the concealer's been put down, I'm taking the Plenty of Dough eyeshadow on a flat brush. This is a Real Techniques shading brush, and I'm just dabbing it on top of the concealer to set it. From the Mcgrath palette, I'm going to take this gold shade here and put it over the bit that I've put concealer on. I'm using the 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush by Zoeva and placing that over the bit that I put the concealer on. Taking some more brown from the Mcgrath palette, I'm just going to put it in the inner corners. I cannot talk today. Now I'm going to take the Gingerbread Glam shade that I used earlier in the crease and just go over the crease again. I'm taking the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black to do my winged liner. I'm using the Dior Show Plump and Volume Mascara. I put my lashes on. I'm wearing the Lilly lashes. They're bandless ones in Lyla. For my base, I'm using the Pat McGrath primer. This is actually a sample that I got from them. I'm just putting that on my face. It's got quite a velvety texture. Putting that in. To correct my eyes, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Orange. I'm only using a small amount. Anywhere I think I need it. Blending this out using a Morphe E21 brush. So once that's blended in, I'm going to apply some foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. So that's the box. And this is the bottle. So if I put a pump of this on my hand, it will literally start moving down because it is that watery. So I've tried this foundation with a beauty blender, but I find that the beauty blender soaks it all in. So I do use a brush with this one. I'm using the IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection brush. So you can get a very light coverage with this and keep it like that. We can build it up as well. This is 2 pumps of foundation that I put on my face, but because it's a very thin consistency, it doesn't feel like I've got a lot on my face. And I love the fact that it gives such a dewy glow to it and it's very natural looking. I'm going back in with the Born This Way Too Faced Concealer to do my under eye. Pat McGrath are actually coming out with a concealer on the 22nd of February and I really want to try that out because I love the foundation, so I'm hoping that the concealer is just as good. I'm just putting a little bit under the eye. I'm using the back of the IT Cosmetics brush and just blending that out. Now to brighten up my under eye, I'm using the Urban Decay concealer in the shade Light Warm. Now that the concealer's been blended out, I'm using the NARS Velvet Matte Foundation Stick in the shade Macao to contour my face. And I'm using the back of it to blend it out. Now that the face has been contoured, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush to do this. Blending the under eye out before I put some powder there. Next I'm going to use the MAC bronzing powder in the shade Golden. I'm using the same brush that I used to set the makeup. I'm just putting this on the edges of the face. With the Laura Mercier loose setting powder, I'm going to take some on the brush and I'm going to use something called a buffing technique. And I'm going to blend out everything so that it will blends into the skin a bit better. So you just literally use circular motion all the way around. So if I compare this side to this side looks a lot more harsh compared to this side, but it's still defined. I'm just going to do the other side. For my blusher, I'm using a blusher by MAC called Sunbask. I've still not found a home for it, and I'm using the MAC 168 brush. I'm just going to smile and put it on the apples of my cheek and then drag it back. After I've done the blusher, I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Glow Face palette, and from this I'm using the Strobe Gold colour, this one here. This highlight is really good. I'm just taking some on the brush. I'm just putting it on the high points of my face. I'm putting some over the eyebrows, near the arches, then putting some on the nose. I'll do this with my finger. The cupid's bow and the chin. I'm getting a smaller brush to put some highlight on the brow bones. And then also put some in the inner corners. Once that's done, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3.5. I'm just going along the bottom of the eyebrow, lightly filling it in. I'm using the Rimmel Scandaleyes Nude Eyeliner for my waterline. For the eyeshadow on the lower lash line, I'm using Midnight Snack from the Too Faced Ginger palette, and I'm using this flat brush by Morphe in M432. I'm just placing it on the outer corner and blending it in. Now I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara to do the lower lashes. Now I'm going to do my lipstick, and the lip liner I'm going to use is Spice by MAC. So I'm going to line my lips first. I've covered my whole lip in this, and then I'm using the MAC liquid lipstick in Burnt Spice, and I'm going to put that all over the lip. Now that the lipstick's done, I'm going to set my makeup with some setting spray, and I'm using the MAC Fix Plus in Gold Light. I've already shaken it, I'm just going to spray it on my face. And using a beauty sponge by Real Techniques, I'm just going to blend it in. The last thing I'm going to do is put some lip gloss on. I'm using the Fenty Beauty lip gloss, and it's called Fenty Glow. It's really, really nice, and it's not sticky as well. So I'm just putting that on top of the lipstick. So guys, this is the final look. Before I finish my video, I just wanted to quickly mention a few bits about the Pat McGrath products that I used in this video. Firstly, just the Pat McGrath foundation that I used. It's the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I used the shade Medium 16. I just wanted to say that it is an expensive foundation, so I do recommend to get a tester and try it out for some time before you buy it. And secondly, that it is a very thin consistency. It's got a water-like finish to it, so if you don't like that kind of foundation, then you might not like this, but I absolutely love thin consistency foundations. With the primer, I have used other primers with this foundation, so that's why I've not actually gone out and bought the Pat McGrath one yet, because the other primers do pretty much the same thing, and I've not really seen a difference. With the eyeshadow palette, I have got these colors in other palettes, but I wanted to try the Pat McGrath ones out, and this was on sale for £30, so I just thought I'd buy it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. And also the... oh my god, okay, let's start again. Find that... I'm getting a smaller brush to do the what's it called? Oh, did I say it right? So guys, why is it so hard?